In a world of reality TV, this is so important. We have Houston Public Media talking about stories that educate us.
Houston is such a diverse community, and I think that by exposing the different facets, the different communities, I think that we learn to appreciate one another.
Vietnam was a big part of my life. The Marine Corps defined who I am. I buried it for about 20 years because nobody wanted to talk about Vietnam and the aftermath. My name is Bob Wagner. I was a United States Marine Corps officer with service in Vietnam in 1965-1966. And I participated in a Houston Public Media program called Peace Meals. Philip, how are you?
How are you doing?
Very good to meet you.
Good. Pleasure meeting you too.
Peace Meals was a session where a South Vietnamese veteran, Philip Nguyen, and myself sat down over dinner and talked about our experiences in Vietnam and what the Vietnam experience meant to us. And I came back in 1966. I was out of the Marine Corps within a matter of days. I didn't talk to anybody. Nobody talked about it. It's interesting that in the almost 50 years since I've been in Vietnam, I had visited with or had experiences with very, very few Vietnamese. It really caused me to think a little bit more deeply about what that war might have accomplished in terms of the ultimate original aim.
The documentary of Getting Here is really about the story of 4 individuals who experienced the loss of their country and how they came back. It was a story of hope, and really it's also showing that the contribution these new immigrants can make to the city of Houston and hopefully the country. In my family, we have very, very dynamic conversation during mealtime a lot about what's right, what's wrong regarding the war. It was important for me to tell my story of getting here is because I felt like I had a unique story to say. I came here as a student, and watching on television as the end of the war unfolded when the tanks rolled into Saigon, I knew that that day my passport from Vietnam is no longer good, that I'm no longer a citizen of any country.
Ho Chi Minh City. It's a name I told myself I'd never say. I was a part of the Saigon stories. I was born in Saigon, and I grew up in Houston, and it was beautiful for me to get to go back with a camera crew from Houston Public Media, talk about Houstonians and their involvement being a Houstonian and still being in Vietnam, because it is such the same story for thousands and thousands of other Houstonians. I just wonder what my life would be like if I never left. It is so important for Houston Public Media to tell these stories because this is one TV station in Houston where you can learn and be inspired.
It's really easy to support something you love and rely on. Just call Houston Public Media and make a donation. Now is the time to become a sustainer. Your $10, $20, or $30 a month will provide a steady stream of support to keep Houston Public Media strong. Ask about the sustainer option when you call 800-364-8300 or give online at houstonpublicmedia.org.
Houston Public Media impacted my life in a way that I think I'm very grateful for. That's where my kids learned a lot of things when they were growing up. It's all those shows, Mr. Rogers, of course, Sesame Street. You know, I'm very grateful that they have clean, supportive shows to go to.
We need programs that take us to a higher level of cultural awareness and programs that give us a better point of view of the present and the past. And I believe the Houston Public Media does a phenomenal job of accomplishing that objective.
We have so much to learn from each other. And Houston Public Media is telling these documentaries and these stories of Houstonians who've gone through so much. We have so much to learn about each other. And it's lovely that we can do this.
We can only see history from the view of intelligent perspectives, and we have to see them from all different angles. I think Houston Public Media, from my perspective, does a really good job of digging into all the possible sides of an issue so that we get a really balanced view.
It is so important to support Houston Public Media because we have a TV station that supports Houston. We are a TV station that tells these beautiful stories of who we are and what's more valuable than that.
My name is Dolly Brenneman, and I support Houston Public Media.
My name is Bob Wagner, and I wholeheartedly support Houston Public Media.